violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
On a memo sent to jail employees reminding them not to fraternize with inmates or give them keys to the facility. This after 2 security specialists were arrested for inappropriate contact with inmates, and another could face charges. Channel 2's Tom Jones live in Clayton County. So Tom, the command staff says that this sort of behavior will not be tolerated.
And you would think that this is common sense. Don't give keys to the inmates. Don't be fraternizing with the inmates like they're your friends. But I mean, I would guess that these are female COs who are falling in love with these thuggo inmates, specifically female sister COs. But let's see what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's right, Justin. Keys to the jail? I never heard anything like it. The memo included photos of workers arrested or fired to send a message how seriously the jail is taking seriously all of this. People I talk to say the jail needs to do whatever it needs to do to clean house.
If they went against what they swore into, yeah. Everybody needs to be held accountable for their actions.
JCL didn't want us to use his last name, but says security specialists at the Clayton County Jail accused of inappropriate conduct should face punishment, including the specialist charged with taking money from inmates for food and even having them pay $32 for a deck of cards.
Money's the root of all evil.
Workers sent me a memo the jail sent to employees.
So they upping the price. They upping the price on these inmates for, you know, in exchange for special privileges.
Saying recent criminal acts need to stop for the safety and security of workers and inmates. The memo mentioned 2 specialists had been arrested and another could face charges.
That's outrageous. What? What they got going on in the jail?
Sergion Williams was fired and charged after deputies say he took $500 from inmates.
So we got a brother who is converting to demon time activities. You know, he might have seen his cousin in there, got down with the get down, was trying to make things shake, be a modern day Rick Ross, I guess. And I'm talking about the rapper, not the actual Rick Ross, because we know the rapper was actually a CO. So maybe he's trying to be that type of CO. But it's very concerning, you know, the lack of morality and integrity within the community. And it's unfortunate because this is why there's an issue a lot of times when we're in the hiring process, okay? You think people are discriminating, and a lot of times they are, but it's based off of experience. And it's unfortunate, like I said, the few messing it up for the many, the worst of us taking out the best of us.
But the inmates say he didn't deliver the lighter, marijuana, and cigars he promised. The memo mentioned cameras recording Mary Moore engaged in sex acts with an inmate.
There she go. I was right. And of course she's going to smash an inmate because she's like 300 pounds. So she has no options. She is a super sister gremlin on demon time. And she was servicing the inmates. You know, see, a lot of us, we assume that the inmates are smashing each other in these prisons, in these jails, which is sometimes, a lot of the time, true. But the female COs are topping up the inmates, getting their back blown out by the inmates. And honestly, it would be difficult to blow this woman's back out for sure. But I'm 100% positive that these inmates are up for the task.
He was arrested. The memo stated an inmate accused fired security specialist Montez Hawkins of telling her to face the wall while he inappropriately touched her cellmate. Hawkins denied the allegations. Birdie Evans told me that's just too much chaos at the jail.
Inappropriate touching, inappropriate sexual behavior, inappropriate monies being passed, all of that, that's criminal. They are criminals.
Yeah, they are. You know, you have the clowns running the circus or the inmates running the jail. That's pretty much what it is, except the COs are supposed to be held to a higher standard. And obviously they couldn't live up to that.
And I reached out to the jail for a comment, still waiting to hear back. The memo says employees who conduct themselves outside of the law, policies, and procedures will find they face serious consequences. We're live in Clayton County. Tom Jones, Channel 2.
Developing at 5, police say a father shot and killed his 2-year-old boy. The father says it was an accident. Channel 2's Alijah Fernandez is live in DeKalb County, where the father says the child was sleeping when the gun accidentally went off. Ty.
Linda, the shooting happened in this building behind me, and according to police, the father did not wait for an ambulance to bring his son to the hospital. He drove him there himself.
Damn, so you out here playing with these guns, you thinking stuff is cute, you know, doing the little waving the pistol in the camera like these dudes do in the music videos. And I don't know how this accidental discharge went down, but it's safe to say that these super gremlins are on demon time.
23-year-old Taekwonte Brunson is being held in the DeKalb County jail.
Taekwonte.
Facing 2 charges after police say he's responsible for the death of his 2-year-old son, Sakani. About a week ago, police say Brunson was sharing a bed with his son and had a gun under his pillow. Somehow the gun went off and shot the 2-year-old in the head.
Dang, bro, that's how you living? Gun under the pillow with your son in the bed? Unnecessary. And I know this was a gruesome scene for him. And we talk about how these fathers need to be involved in the home, in their children's lives, and I keep saying if the black fathers are like this, then maybe it's better off that they're deadbeats.
His father told police he didn't even hear the shot. He noticed his son breathing differently, and that's when he realized he'd been shot.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure what to think about that.
And the shot was most likely muffled by the pillow, so I could definitely understand that. I mean, to not hear it is crazy, but you know, the gunshot could have definitely been muffled by the pillow. But just to say, oh, I didn't hear it is wild.
Jessica Jackson lives in the same Decatur apartment complex on Glen Hollow Circle.
There is a lot of violence around in this neighborhood, but you can only be so safe and so careful.
Brunson faces 2 charges, second-degree murder and cruelty to children.
This neighborhood is pretty bad, so I do understand having protection, but having it, you know, in reach is not a good thing. Definitely not around a 2-year-old baby.
Wow, I mean, she's actually not caping for the super gremlin, actually making sense here. So shout out to this sister right there.
Now, because this father drove his son to the hospital himself, it wasn't until later police came to the scene of the crime, investigated, and then charged the father with the 2 charges. He's in the jail now. We're live in DeKalb County. Alijah Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
New at 6 as we're questioning local leaders tonight after a judge allowed a man arrested on serious charges to go free on $2 bond.
$2 bond. This is what the criminal justice reform is coming to. No cash bail. Well, I guess that is cash, $2, which they would have to post 10% of that, right? Which would be 20 cents. It's not looking good. I don't think that's right at all, especially given the charges of this individual. So let's listen up.
In the last 20 minutes, we learned the judge in this case has been suspended. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie with us now, live in downtown Atlanta. Mark, you spent this day working to understand what in the world happened here.
You know, we talked to a lot of people today, including the defendant himself, who spoke to us at length. And then our whole story kind of changed with a 5:24 p.m. email I got from Chief Fulton County Magistrate Judge Cassandra Clerk that said, I was disappointed to learn of the October 19, 2022 incident described by you today. We'd spoken earlier. I have reviewed the situation with my deputy chief judges. She basically says she concluded that the judge on this case ignored or disregarded clear training on one particular issue. He's been suspended and a new bond order has been issued.
It's about $2 bond.
Alijah Sharp acknowledges he's accused of serious violations of the law. 2 counts of aggravated assault.
And my man look happy. And there's no fear in this news reporter's demeanor when talking to this guy. But obviously he is a very volatile and violent individual according to these charges.
Misdemeanor battery, family violence, cruelty to children, 3rd degree, and terroristic threats and acts.
Wow. So a whole lot of charges racked up there. What stands out to me is the cruelty to children, the aggravated assaults, the family violence. Man, it just seems like that idea of the black family is getting further and further from being a reality.
He maintains the law didn't work right because he was charged before police knew his side.
I'm innocent. I just want to prove that. I'm ready to go get my lawyer, talk to him.
But he says the law did work to his advantage when he was released from jail on 25 cents for each of the aggravated assault counts, the cruelty to children, the battery, and $1 for the terroristic threats.
Wow. And maybe he is innocent. Who knows? We have yet to see the evidence. But the charges are concerning nevertheless. And maybe it's an angry baby mama who is trying to get him banged up, and the judge showed leniency because he or she, whatever, could relate to that situation.
A total of $2 bond because he didn't get a hearing before a judge within 72 hours of his arrest on the warrant.
It was more than 72 hours. He's told me that it was 72 hours twice before I seen the judge.
But late today, Fulton County Chief Magistrate Judge Cassandra Kirk told us the magistrate judge who ordered Alijah Sharp's release because he had not had a hearing within 72 hours of arrest misinterpreted the law, that he disregarded new training in March on the issue.
Okay, so the magistrate judge is the one who let the brother out, and then this sister is trying to correct the situation, I guess.
That judge has been suspended 2 weeks, and a new bond order sets Sharp's bond at $120,000 and directs the sheriff's office to return him to custody until the new bond is posted. Sharp says he wound up in the Atlanta City Detention Center after he appeared in court on a traffic ticket October 13th and was arrested on the outstanding warrant and remained in the city detention center until October 18th, roughly 5 days later, when the city delivered him to the Fulton County Jail, where he finally appeared before a judge on the warrants for the first time this Wednesday, the 19th.
I really couldn't do nothing but just pray and leave it up to God, for real.
Documents suggest a woman indicated she's the mother of Sharp's child and came to his place for their child's birthday, that they argued. He told her to leave. Sharp threw a plastic water jug, striking her head, resulting in a bruise. And as she was getting to the passenger side of her mother's car, Sharp mushed or pushed her with a car seat, and he eventually produced a gun and pointed it at both the mother of his child and her mother.
Damn. Now I hope this brother didn't do that. I really hope he didn't. But then if he did, it would just be another example of I mean, are these fathers in the home, or I don't even want to say that, but it's just like these women got to choose better fathers, or is it just that they shouldn't be involved at all? I mean, what is it? Because these dudes, if this is true, bruh, that man is wilding.
Yelling at them to get back. Sharp says he poured water on the younger woman, never hit her with a jug, never touched her, and that he never had a gun.
No weapons were found.
Sharp acknowledged he was already out on a $5,000 bond for an alleged simple battery on the mother of his child in May, which he...
Damn. So he needs to stay away from her. She needs to stay away from him. They have a toxic relationship. It's not going to end well.
Also denies.
They searched my house illegally.
Now, a spokesperson for the Atlanta City Detention Center said, we're looking into the matter. I spoke by phone with a woman who identified herself as the mother of the alleged domestic violence victim, who told me she thought when she saw bond amounts of 25 cents by some of the charges against suspect Alijah Sharp at first, it was a mistake. She said she strongly disputes Sharp's denial of guilt. She says she saw him point a gun at her and her daughter. So you got both sides, really all sides, that we've been able to run down here in this fast evolving but very important story. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.